Hi everyone, Ahmed K. Raja here, and today I'll be going over active recall and giving actual evidence for why exactly it's such an amazing technique to utilize in your revision. And as always, timestamps will be linked below for you guys to skip around the video. Hope you enjoy. Active recall, what is it, how do you do it, and why does it seem harder? To be fair, when I started using it, it did seem a bit harder compared to what I was doing before. And that's only because what I was doing before was really lazy passive revision, including making flashcards and just not really using them effectively, rereading things, or just highlighting, and that just didn't do it for me. So the reason active recall seems a bit harder is because at first you have to actively pull out the information from your memory instead of just having the answer on a page and being like, oh yeah, I would have known that. So that's why it may seem a bit harder at first. One of the best ways to get active recall into your revision effectively is to do three things. First, you review the information 1 or 2 days in advance. So you basically go over everything that you need to know for that topic and then just try and remember as much of it. And then maybe 2 to 3 days later, you come back to that information and try and recall it without looking at your notes. So you get a piece of paper where blurting comes in. I'll talk about that a bit later in this video, but you get a piece of paper and write down all the information you remember. And then you just repeat that cycle, review and recall until you can recall like 7 days after you've reviewed the information. If you can recall stuff 7 days after you've revised, then you know for a fact it's gone into your long-term revision, which means the revision you're doing is actually working, and it'll be much easier to memorize stuff when it comes to exam time. I've talked so many thousands of times about different revision techniques like blurting and past papers. I'll be making more in-depth videos on those techniques very soon. But the best things about active recall is it can change methods that you're already using to make them more effective. Let's start with blurting. In case you don't know what that is, it's now a popular study technique that many people use to help them recall information by setting a timer and writing down everything they can remember in that time. It's a great example of active recall that's easy to do and utilize for the best results very fast. I saw a great analogy for it online. Try to space your time so it's just right to ensure that you make the best out of this method. Don't review the content you learned the same day because that's too easy. It's like remembering this morning's breakfast, and don't make it too hard like remembering last week's midday snack. Try to aim for a Goldilocks zone when revising, such as remembering lunch 1 or 2 days ago. Also, if you make that scrunched up face when you're trying to remember something, that's proof of active recall and allowing yourself to remember content, which means it's actually working and should help you out in the longer run. The other way people use active recall is by doing past papers. So many times people who do past papers, or when they do them, forget about them later, but the truth is that coming back and reviewing them and where you went wrong helps with your overall revision. That's why they can be great to do on Notability or GoodNotes, because you always have easy access to them afterwards. Past papers are also really great because they have example questions of what could possibly come up in the exams, and they can help you with answering techniques and keywords, basically everything to do with a question, and I'll explain all of this in a video coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. The last way I use active recall is by using an amazing app called Anki. I created my first digital flashcards on Anki in the spring term of year 10 and never looked back since. Anki is so useful in the review step of active recall, and it allows you to go back to the information until you click a certain button to say that you understand it. Even then, the algorithm is so clever that it tracks the amount of time spent per card, and it brings that up first when you're revising next to make sure that you actually know it. I would say try to revise the flashcards every day and when there are some available, because it's best to check every day and make it a habit, and then it's just a very quick and easy way to start off the day with active recall. And it's really helpful because after doing Anki and then just practicing the content with past papers, that's pretty much all you need to do to get those top grades. If you have any more questions about active recall, feel free to drop a comment below and I'll be able to reply to it as soon as things get fixed with my account. So if you are wondering what's happening with my account, check out my Instagram, links are below, and you'll be able to see exactly what's been happening over the past few days, and then why I may not have been replying to comments as much or as quickly as normal. Back to the main theme of this video, the reason active recall is so good is because it actually makes you pull out information from your brain, and for proof that it works, I saw a friend of mine's grade increase from a 7 to a 9 in year 10 and 11. Year 10 he didn't use it, just used other methods that he thought worked, and he did well. But then compared to using it in year 11, he managed to get a grade 9 in his last test. Yeah, that's some proof that it actually works if you do it effectively. Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope this video helped you guys out. This was the first video in a series of mine where I'll be trying to post short and sweet content about effective revision techniques for GCSE and A-level that might be able to help you out before mocks and actual GCSEs and A-levels coming in summer. And I really hope these help you to improve your grades really fast. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe so we can reach out 1,000 subscribers very soon. And also, I know that this video I said would be a collab, and I said that last week and the week before, But just generally, the collab will hopefully come out within the next 2 weeks, because we've been having a few issues with just the script, but we'll get that sorted and deliver an amazing collab for you that's hopefully polished and helps you out a lot when you see what the video is about. But yeah, thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope to help you guys, and I'll see you guys next week with a brand new one. Bye for now.